Still on justice for Mohbad. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are about to experience is mind-blowing. What you are about to see is unbelievable. In fact, I think one cannot but wonder why and what exactly is this that we've been on for over 365 days. Justice for Mohbad? Like really? Like seriously? The family of Mohbad, have they moved on or not? Have they moved on or not? Well, you will be shocked at the latest that dropped. What we saw, in fact, it is mind-blowing. It is unbelievable. A lot of people looked at it and they are like, really? Now, Yomi Fabiyi, according to some people, is simply there to defraud members of the public. They said that Yomi Fabiyi, what does he have? What does he have? What can he do? Why is he making it appear as if this justice for Mohbad is the key to it? He has all that it takes to get justice for Mohbad. Well, you don't need to think too far. Yeah, you don't need to think too far, because what we started seeing and what you are about to see is mind-blowing. It will make you reflect. It will make you kind of look inwards. It will make you want to kind of look at it once again. Like, is this for real? A lot of digging has been done. A lot and a lot. When I say a lot of digging, a lot has been done to demystify, to find out the exact that is going on behind the scene. We do not want to be lied to anymore. We don't want anybody taking advantage of our goodwill, of our large heart. We don't want that anymore. That is why people took their time to dig into some secrets, some lies that we've been told. These lies, it has been there for so long, and one might be forced to say our eyes was open but shut. Yeah. Our eyes open but shut. Meaning your eyes is open, you are looking at it, but you cannot see. This has been what we all have been dealing with all this while. In fact, it made some people kind of wonder. It made them question their sanity. But now, with what has just dropped, I think we all should say kudos to ourselves. Yeah, we should say kudos to ourselves for standing strong, for waiting to this point and this time, for getting to this time, getting to this point. We should say kudos to ourselves, because it is not easy. It is not easy to give your money, to give your time to a cause that you barely know. You barely know the person in question. You only did it for humanity. And therefore, you deserve the right. You deserve the right to be treated fairly, to be treated with the truth, not lies and lies and lies. That is why I said this is going to be mind-blowing. What you're about to see will shock you. Let's get right into it.
Everybody that needs to be exposed will be exposed, as you all can see. And then at the end of the day, by the special grace of God, if everything is set and the truth is about to come out, everything would have been balanced, and we'll all see clearly what is really going on. But I can tell you for free justice is on its way. And when you look at what is going on at the moment, without missing words, it's because we are all living in a terrible society called Nigeria at the moment, that we are all yearning that it should be fixed. Because, come to think about it, if it is in interest of the public and the masses, if it is the interest of the police, if it is the interest of the family, that Mohbad should get justice. And with all these revelations we are hearing, by now you should know all heads should have been rolling, and then people should be facing serious court charges. But of course, we are very close. 30th is the court date that they're going to start first trial. And I can tell you for free, until that court starts, the real thing, the real evidence, all those responsible for taking Mohbad's life will not surface. And that is the safest thing. And that is partly one of the best things I would have said, I can say that Lagos State government has done, because to have set the case in motion that, okay, for whatever it is, and the Mohbad evidence to one leg for now, that the trial that will give Mohbad justice, a court that will listen to any evidence, a trial court has begun. So when that starts from the 30th, when they are arraigned, when the nurse, when spending are arraigned, trust me, it has clearly give a pathway even for the police, because that moment is the beginning of justice for Mohbad. So everybody, Efio Kombale, as a human rights organization that we are fighting and seeking justice, we who believe in the rule of law, believe in evidence, believe certainly that we cannot go through this Mohbad's case without circumstantial evidence, direct evidence, witness accounts, and for those that cares to listen, whatever God is going to do, He doesn't reveal it in total for everybody. Can you guys hear me? Or is the breeze affecting? Let me go in. The family, their legal whatever, they don't want us to delve into. But because the public stood our ground and were able to, because normally I need to deceive our honest Nigerians that are passionate about justice for Mohbad and are coming out to say we want to support, they want to support to the GoFundMe, support this. What they are expecting, they are expecting thorough police investigation, they are expecting phone forensic, they are expecting witness accounts, they are expecting evidence, evidence search, and they are expecting the coroner inquest, so that at the end of the day, the whole truth will come out. But now, picture it. It is good that we as public were able to come out and then we do the right thing. That Lagos State government quickly came out neutral and said, you know what? This is a government that wants to deliver justice. And whatever the case may be, we have to stay neutral now. And that is why they have, coroner inquest, you can continue to do what you are doing. If you find anything, bring it to us in the trial court. Because at the end of the day, lawyers are beginning to come in. We have done 2 press conferences. Top lawyers. When a doctor of law, a PhD holder, they were in the hall, they communicated. It's because most of you did not listen to the lawyers. They communicated to the Attorney General in the first press conference. And they made it clear that it is a different ball game when everybody is screaming justice for Mohbad and nobody is doing anything offline. And that is the advantage of NGOs. That is the advantage of when you have organized structure coming to fight for a serious cause. So when they look at it and what are you doing? Put it down. So have you poo-poo? You just want to start. Oh yeah, poo-poo. And call me when you say, Daddy, I'm done. Yeah? Poo-poo, fast. So basically, as we are now, if there is anybody that is still not believing that whatever we have all come together to do on this side, we are achieving progress, and we have a government, we have been able to speak to government. No, the government have not dealt any other job than to start by the law, by the masses, and listen to the masses. Any government that does not listen to the people is bound to perish. Any government that tells the public you are irrelevant is facing doom, no matter who is leading. But this is a government that has listened to us. So for whatever it is, Mohbad's case will start from on the 30th. And immediately the case starts with a trial. Towards a new case number. Whether at the magistrate court or it's going to, immediately that is starting. Then every other thing will start unfolding, because if it is still at we are still investigating. If police are saying we are still investigating, if coroner say we are still looking for facts and evidence, the justice for Mohbad is still at the early stage. But now, if it is going to get to the advanced stage, 1-2 persons will be charged, and that means the charges can be improved, can be adjusted, and new culprits, new suspects can be added. So whatever it is, those that took Mohbad's life, those that are helping them, ibiti agba might be subject to the new lead that we are now asking the police to investigate. If not because they try to ambush us naturally with what the government, Lagos State government has done by, writing charges against some people. With the effort of Zone 2, they would have clearly brought out new suspects and handed over to Lagos State government and say, these are the new suspects in this case, and know certainly that thing will be on its way to court. So, they don't know what will happen, or what they might get so quickly, or what they might have retrieved. And it will be, it will be funny if at that point the case is still at investigation level, it's not already in court. So everybody that were part of the case at on the level in the Mohbad, they all know what they are doing. But let me just tell you clearly, it is not over until it is over. Because as it is now, they've tried to make series of attempts to say, can we stop it from here? Can we see that it doesn't even get to where we don't want it to get to? But I can tell you, it will get there. Every other person connected to this case that has hand in what by Mohbad, if truly Yomi, Cynthia, Aloba fought Mohbad, that it is held to the floor, trust me, the evidence will be out, and then the right charges will be out. That is at that point At the Lagos State government, at Olopa, they have no choice to do the right thing. And they know certainly how the evidence will come out, they don't know. Let me be honest with you, at the Lagos State government, at the Olopa Zone 12 police command, they know as it is now, can pick up the case, investigate and get this evidence out. And they have already said, for us not to be caught unaware, and then people will look at the government of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as part of the syndicate covering up these murderers. They have stayed neutral and said, we have charged the case to court to the best of the information available as we speak now. Because the honest truth is that as at the time they are charging spending and the nurse, of course, no evidence to point to anybody to have killed Mohbad other than the one they have. We have to speak the truth to ourselves. We have to speak. You might blame the police that they did not do well in that kind of investigation then. It doesn't matter. Another set of police will eventually do the right thing. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Whoever took Mohbad's life committed the abominable. The law is open to catch up with that person. Natural justice is open to catch up with that person. God Almighty is open to catch up with the person. And the masses and the public are open to catch up with the person. LB, Break the Silence Foundation is at the early stage. It's at the nascent stage of coming out publicly to say we are an NGO on human rights and want to speak and help people. Don't forget, it's easy for their likes to keep telling whoever, I know even when they were saying that, they will execute General Olusegun Obasanjo then. Something the head of state approved today. Say, okay, tomorrow they will execute them. Any other person will know certainly will brag. Oh, those ones, that general is gone. If the head of state by 6 p.m. a day before says those people they should execute them tomorrow. Those that go out too. I told you I'm doing something. Hello, they will brag and tell you it's that one is gone. We are in power. But what God will do, nobody knows. Nobody can actually dictate for God. And from what I know and from what I can feel, I know when God is about to show himself, nobody can stop God. I've been at the forefront since December 3rd that I came back. Putting for the Jagbo everywhere. So many risks here and there. I keep waiting. Normally, ordinarily an actor. When you are Mohbad you know, coming to try to attack you is enough for anybody that doesn't have the calling. We say, no, I'm not doing it again. Or stay away. Do you know how many times even the father that we thought we are fighting justice together, he has been sending indirect proverbs to me. Bami no more me, Odeno Lomo, Orishirishi. How many of you can go further? When if a father of a child is saying that, how many of you can go further? If the mother of the child and even the Adura come to antagonize you in a public press conference and even sit beside you, it is the second or third day you start changing your tone. Or even your family would have. It's not that my family didn't call me. My family saw it. Some of my friends saw it. How many can even stand it? Even some police officers, they will start changing tone. Some of the police officers I was working with was like, hello, on shogun. Me for what she knew. For people to come out openly and say, we have planned so many things against that Yomi. How he is escaping, we don't know. And they keep planning. Don't forget that one Pythagoras, his video was sent to me. He said in the next two coming week, Yomi family will start experiencing something terrible in Komabere, in Sokale, Silara. Did I back down? Did I run away? When King White came, said, I must saw the physical. Toba Bimida Kimabo. And that's to tell you that is the resolve. It is evidential that Mohbad will eventually get justice, because now all of them are coming back together. You might not know. All of them now. All of them. Behind all of you. Because we were together in the station. Sure. Police command the Mohbad yet is me pé mo ń padà lọ bá ọkọ mi báyìí. And I said, I'm not bothered. I think it was in command, not in zone 2. When they were threatening me. I think as at that time, the Mohbad was thinking everything my foundation was doing. Baba Mohbad Lonowa, Kamabo shaking going against me. Everybody keeps flying around with assumption. Most of the problem with this crusade is assumption. If you know, everybody that knows naturally that whatever the case may be, they won't understand that it is share. They don't understand. So they would have thought that when they scare, when they threaten, will go down, will stop. I just have to apologize in advance that I may not be able to tell you some of the things that is coming or that we are doing again. The only thing I have come to tell you is, if it is possible, we're going to be coming up with the graphics that can be used in billboards. And then the press conference is on our page. But if you need the PDF, you can sponsor it on newspaper. I'm not going to be backing down. As an NGO, only an hypocrite will want to say, oh, the NGO has got money in their coffers, but they are still asking, no, if this NGO has got money, whether through grants, through donations, to do all these things, there is no point coming to say we want to do things like this. But because we are at the nascent stage, the NGO does not have fund, but we are taking lead in an investigation that requires millions upon millions upon millions to execute. Big battle of bachelor or public. And that is why it's look tricky. You're going to be seeing this coming to shout this, shout that. And even with the frugal amounts and everything we are seeing, you will see some terrible criminals that they have of very shady personalities. They will still look like, how can we blackmail this person? Because you don't know where they stand. But I'm just going to be appealing to whoever. Stop the nonsense. Because any attempt to halt this crusade is hurting Mohbad, but we are going to get justice. We're going to forge ahead, and nothing is going to stop us. But me take me you know. I cannot listen to them. Lani Baba, I see you. We are doing into Wally very shortly. So, like I was mentioning, Solo, justice for Mohbad is now going into the next phase, which, of course, is going to start with a trial, as in criminal court trial of 2 of the suspects. And by the special grace of God, if we all come together and we don't slow ourselves down, those 2 that are being charged now, the evidence that will even increase and make the charges worse will surface before the next adjournment. But the most beautiful thing about very justice for Mohbad, power brokers don't know what. Because as a human rights organization, I ain't going to bribe anybody. We are not going to bribe any police officer or anybody. We can never do that. Mobilization, we can always do that. It's standard. But I can tell you for free, in this kind of arrangement, by now, the only thing that will be available, don't forget that ordinarily, 99% of you were thinking that if anybody is going to be charged to court in Mohbad's case, it is the coroner court that will determine who should be charged. But a government that wants to be honest with the public and stay neutral knows that the only option we have to go is go back to the police investigation. Ordinarily, we thought we can use the coroner to say, when there's everybody hear everything at the coroner, they will be tired. Even if you ask them, what can we do? And when they hear coroner, and when coroner give verdicts, everybody will gentle. So basically now, the government and the DPP say, you know what? If you have anything that is tangible after you finish your coroner inquest, let it meet us at the trial court. That is fair, and that is a serious roundabout. So the only thing that the government, those that are responsible for taking Mohbad's life, the Nigerian police, even the national security, that they cannot guarantee is, from where can we guarantee that the evidence that would turn the entire nation, can we guarantee it will not come out? Don't be surprised that even those that have been mentioned to have the evidence might not be the ones to even provide it, because those ones, they might have cornered them. They don't know where and how it's going to come out. So what they have now, it is not the DPP that will do investigation. It is the police that did the investigation and sent to them. So nobody, as we speak now, you cannot categorically blame the Director of Public Prosecution, Ministry of Justice, that why are you charging just these 2 persons? You will ask yourself, it's easy. From the investigation the police took to DPP, who else do you think the police and the DPP should charge? Which evidence is available in that investigation? Meanwhile, it is still also in place. If we find a honest police department to go back into that case in the light of a new evidence, it is the new evidence that the police, Lagos State Police Command, tó wá lọ́tìkọ̀, tó ń ṣe bí ìgbà tó yẹ pé nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀, tó ń wọ́ọ̀dì ńlẹ̀, tó ń fẹ́ tọwọ́ bọ̀ because they know where it is. The masses know that this is the evidence now. Because no matter how you want to say it, we don't have to say, Commissioner of Police, is it money that you don't have to do phone forensic on Adura's phone and Wumi Cynthia Aloba's phone? And whether you all like it or not, this driver that came to the coroner inquest must have said the same thing that is said at coroner inquest to the police, which will be in the document available with the police that was sent to the DPP. Because the police, the driver was invited. Nígbà tí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ investigation, wọ́n pe driver ẹ̀ wá. Except the driver will come up and say, I didn't say that then. But this statement, the driver ẹ̀ sọ ní inquest, he must have said the same thing to the police then. They didn't just go into that area. Because when he said it, no other person in the house corroborated it. But they are deceiving themselves. What I'm now looking at is this. Hey, that's why you should know that the government know what they are doing. If Lagos State government wants to try spending and the North, who are they going to be using as witnesses? They are going to bring Yomi as witness, Abi. Who else are they going to be bringing? Who do you think they will bring in as witnesses against these two suspects? That is to tell you, the government of Lagos State have played a neutral, though a little bit hypocritical. But this is government. They have to what? Do that. Because whatever the case may be, that trial in court, I support heavily a public lawyer that will stand for Mohbad in that court. And it's quite sad and unfortunate that any new evidence that will be coming out, because we are unable to trust the police and the Lagos State government fully, the evidence will first go to social media before we force the police and the government to pick it on it. Because it is clear that whoever give it to them now, that person's life will be at risk. So I am taking back. As a matter of fact, in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we're going to issue another statement that in the light of a new evidence, video or whatever, if it gets to our hand, we will be publishing it on social media. Because that is the only way we can get this government and this police to use any credible evidence that will bring the right suspect. They will add them to that trial in court. But trust me, I can tell you for free, it's a good thing that Lagos State government said, you know what, we cannot keep a government in this kind of a position. If for 2 years we keep telling them we are still looking for evidence, we are still looking for evidence, and people are saying this is where the evidence is, and we are not looking there, and it comes out suddenly and it's on social media, that kind of a government might not even survive it. Little thing will always trigger the masses. When they realize the person they voted for as a governor, as a commissioner of police, is actually a different person entirely, supporting criminality and using the machineries of government to cover it up. Oh, that government cannot stand. It can't stand. That thing can trigger the entire nation. And that is why we must be able to speak up quickly. Speak to the national security. Send the message to the DSS. Send to the presidency. Let them ignore it. When the time comes Boya Olaba ignore that, Boya Olaba ignore. We will know then. That is when you will know when you see police officers say, there will be this uniform. It is the public that gave it to me. I'm working for the public. Now that everything is going down, I'm offing it. I want to fight with the public. But you know, they will keep thinking that no, nothing can happen. But they don't know many things can happen. When it involves a human blood, that one, me, if I don't want to know how politically inclined you are. When it comes out to taking innocent life, and the people in government refuse to do the right thing, and they are doing everything to show to the masses that we are going to cover this up. Who are you people? Trust me, that government and those people at the ends of affair are facing direct doom. At that point, they would think they will escape. That point, they would think it will not concern them. Pharaoh would think it doesn't concern them. Gaddafi would think it will not concern him. But this Mohbad case is passing serious message. I have been with government before, and I know when it comes to crisis management, no government should toy with things like this that is beyond their control. As we speak now, the evidence will come out, or it will not come out, is out of the control of even those that buy Mohbad, even those in government, even the police. Is beyond them. They know. But because some people don't like the government or they don't care, they are only looking for crumbs. If the whole nation turns upside down, they think they will escape. That is why we have to speak up and say, hello, you might think it's a small case, no man didn't allow. Because the real big cases is where you people always think, oh, these are the things that we know. You are spending money on the real natural threat to national security. But the things, the ones that you will not see, are the ones that is piling up in the minds and in the hearts of the masses that you all think is already handled. All of you responsible for taking his life. Don't jubilate too far. You can buy time, but this kind of justice, you cannot buy it. And that's the honest truth. It is the honest truth. That's one I can what? So, whatever the case may be, the sacrifices that this struggle needs from any other human being is understandable. Some of you are going through some sacrifices. You're already doing so many things. I am playing my own part. And whatever it is I'm going through is because that is what I have to go through. If I want to expand and touch more lives, my NGO and myself must go through this. So some people, because they lack foresight, they are myopic. They will never see beyond today and yesterday. But those that have vision, two things will happen. I either survive this and we get justice with other people, or something terrible happens to my enemy's life and somebody else take up the mantle and still deliver justice. But as we speak now, I am still proud that in spite of the frugal funds available, in spite of the little trust that is available, I have been able to return back from UK then, and then pursue whatever I need to pursue. I start by dragging the neighbor before the police. The police never went to the neighbor. I am happy that my foundation dragged Mohbad's neighbor before the police. And the police, in their mind, by now, 101%, they know the images existed. They might have been the one that said, don't release it. They might have taught the neighbor what to bring down. But at least they know that an NGO, an actor, can be honest on the side of the public None of you, nobody, I never came out to say anybody should donate anything that I did with the neighbor. Afenitio Bafe Bolo Nipo Elomani, Yomi Fabiyi came out and say, I want to go and write petition to the police to go and search the neighbor's house. I need money. I never came out to say, donate for me. We want to go to court against the neighbor. We want to get court order. I never said, oh, we want to buy additional disc so that we can go and replace it with the neighbor's hard disk, which is not even the normal hard disk. It was even the neighbor that allowed us. I will even upload, if it's not because of privacy, I would have uploaded the picture of his hard disk. For all those ones, we are keeping it for future stuff. So at the end of the day, if the public, whether they donated just to support or they donated for another thing, we're able to use the resources to put pressure on Mohbad's neighbor. If he was honest or he wasn't being threatened, it would have everything would have just come to fore then. It's because we are a honest society. We are a honest group. So the police, they know what Break the Silence Foundation did in that respect. And they are grateful. I mean, the honest police officers, they are grateful that this is a human rights organization, that the public is not even knowing what he's doing, and he's putting his life down. How many people are following me? What is the guarantee that I will not even be ambushed? But I thank God we're able to do that. And that is another pathway. But me, in sort of GLO, Lori party, being Toripo Mapada, shot one back on. I want not party more. What them are paying come and CCTV here. And they know because I have given them the details that this man gave me that is in that CCTV. It is left to their conscience and how much and how far they can bring stain to their uniform and to the flag of Nigeria, green, white, grey. Because at the end of the day, a civilian is interested in bringing justice and truth to a citizen. If it turns out that it is the police and the government that are doing the opposite, then I am proud that I defend and I stand with the masses and somebody who is in the morgue. If the people in government, people in police that should have conscience, if they are doing the opposite of what would have bring Mohbad justice, and if my foundation is doing what will bring him, I am now proud that I'm serving my country. If what they are doing means they are serving Nigeria, I am leaving them to their conscience. But I know, at least we both know the truth. I can force things out, but I've been able to push it to the extent I can. Approach the courts, police, do everything, and that's one. But don't be surprised anything can still come out of it. They might think they have defeated us there. No. Minister Giello. The 3 seconds video led us. Even back ago, before I go to the 3 seconds video, it is still the same CCTV efforts that we're making that was able to expose to me who Fabiyi is. Evidence CCTV. And some of you will still be condemning the police and think you're oppressing the same family. And then you look at the set of people we are together on social media. Ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀lé mi wọ́n lọ sọ́dọ̀ neighbor. Ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀lé mi lọ sínú ilé Mohbad. Our family yóò lọ nílé Mohbad. And some people are bringing themselves together on social media and saying for you to challenge them. So you should know what is really going on. So that is part of justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad is not just to pick. If you pick on whoever buy Mohbad and you leave all these people down, they will be the one to come back and hurt all of us. So Mohbad's spirit and the process of justice is to expose all this set of people that are calling themselves what they are not in the course of struggle for justice. And then at the end of the day, it is still this old quest of CCTV that we got to know that the neighbor was extremely threatened. By the time I dragged the neighbor before the AIG, I can tell you all for free, with all due respect, the man was shaking. Even when I was antagonizing, I was demanding that he should be charged for obstruction of justice. The man expects me to understand that there is danger. Mr. Yomi, can't you see? He was beginning to look at me and are we not sharing the same human lives? We are as good as gone if we do this. Please, I can't do. I said, Nibo. All these countries that are getting better, children are growing up the way they should grow up. Lives are being saved. Businesses are. Do you think it was given to them on platter of gold? It takes the courage of people living in that country, the people that have got young blood, good adults, to say, we want an end to this. And that is what we're saying. And that is what I have to do. That's what I want to do too. I just want to, I want to be remembered for something better. So don't mind. I'm going to be appealing to you, my fans, those that are interested in justice. Don't be bothered by any negative talks, attempt to pull me down by all means syndrome. They did worse. If all the talking has meaning, I shouldn't be back into this struggle. Some people were speaking as if they saw the money in my pocket when there is no money there. Because the people that were trying to, everybody is competing. And I know the fact that it is natural. Some of them did not even know when I started Justice for Mohbad. Some of them, even the fact that they know, they believe that on this apple, we can leverage on the fact that they are hearing us before you. What this crusade actually need is a reliable organization or a structured body offline or rigid from beginning. If not because Yabo was pushing herself, claiming that there was an NGO, there is no way I wouldn't have said, let me offer myself. I can offer myself to the public to serve and to help. It's not because I am hungry. It's not because I have no job. By now I should have shot about 2 more movies after Placenta Ibiomo. But where is the chance? Where is the time to do that? My promoter has been telling me, I said, give the money to another person. He said, I can't do movies now. All my students that have graduated that wanted to shoot movie as their first project through me, I did not have time for them. Movies that are meant to do, that they've called me, Yomi, I couldn't go. I only go to MCs because nobody will know I'm coming except the family, which most of them are neutral to this struggle. Even some MCs, when I know people are not, that are so close to this struggle that are going to be there, I reject it. But I know certainly that if I stand by the masses and we win, the nation will win. Your son will win. My son will win. Your daughter will. Even those that are bashing us, they will win. And all the abuses will not gum on my body. They will still be the one to say, I abused Yomi then, no, but I'm sorry, I have to. No. They will even appreciate you more than some of you that are standing now. Because I want to bat in Leon, to talk about I will not appreciate Mandela Jew. Americans, they are the British. I will be Mandela one in England. Who are kakiri? Pele. Tani. Oh, Manuel. Bongboro. Mama do want to go. If you see me, if I want to become a seller, I only ask of you, go and play with your friends. Are you okay?
Yes.
Good. I have a different dream. That is the only selfish thing that you can pin against me. that Yomi Fabiyi wants to be remembered for something good. And it's not a bad thing. I have been known for doing movies, shooting good movies, top stories, life impacting stories. My fans are standard and gidigba. Only because of my loruko de, you will only be saying my fans. You won't start saying, okay, this or that. No, you will know that you can't even say who is your fan, who is no longer your fan. It is when you are coming up, you still be selecting because there won't be many. It will get to a stage, people are not going to be seeing you as like I'm your fan again. They are only going to be respecting you for what you are emitting into the society. Like, oh, you're an actor, you have to respect him. Even some people that are not my fans, if I go to airport, they are not my fan, but they respect what I do. That is the stage I am. And that is what I want to improve in my life. That when I go into a space that person is not my fan, but will accord me the respect I deserve for what I do for in my job in my country, that is enough. That is a name. That is not fame. That is a name. I am working for a name. So people are saying I should be behaving like somebody who is famous. No. Orúkọ ṣàgbà actor, orúkọ. If I go to a community and say I want to build a house, and they said, okay, we'll give you the name of a street. It is an honor to have you here. Because majority don't even know what process is meant to give you to name a street after you. When they agree, the government will come and post a big bill, like 3-4 in different places in that community, that we want to give so street to so name. Anybody with anything should write to the government before they approve it. And the whole street, the community, the roads, and say, we want this person in our community, give him the street name. We are proud to have him. And the government even said, we are happy that you are in this local government to build your house, particularly when you are even an indigenous of Ogun State. So what are we talking about? We can't mess up that one, things like that. So somebody will now think cooking up blackmail because I run an NGO, because people are supporting the NGO, and I'm doing everything I can to ensure that even things that none of you expect, we spend the NGO's money just to achieve results that the public will say, yes, we achieved the result. If there is anything I want to do, I want the public to win in this Mohbad case. Because if the public wins, we'll be able to help more other people that need voices. Mohbad is there in the morgue, he needs a voice. Is there water on the floor? Is there water there? Maybe there's water where you guys are playing. Go and check that table. Go outside there where you people are sitting. Outside at the balcony. So, relax your mind, guys. Mohbad is going to get justice. But what Mohbad is trying to do is, he needs to scapegoat those in government, those in his family, those within his friends. If you look at it, some of his friends that are part of this whole stuff, at the end of the day, you will see that the Damola that is going to be facing serious charges, who left a bank work. I don't know what he has been promised. He stopped the bank work the day Mohbad died. What happened? What was he promised? Why did he resign? Why is he running etasketa? Ó ti saka kiri. Orúkọ tí ó rò pé òun tó wà lọ́wọ́ yẹn kò tí mọ tó máa padà ṣẹlẹ̀ sí, because if it is 1 or 2 persons ló fún wọn back in, before the real truth will come out and they start, God can even take the person's life and say, now These are the people that you are banking on. Now I want to show you that I am God. After all of you have been exposed, and you think this person will save you, now I'm going to take the person. I want to take him out. So it is not even Yomi and the public. It is actually God that is leading this onslaught against us. So why are we acting like we are smarter than God? If you look at it, Damola is facing his own. Spending is facing his own. The nurse is going to face her own. Adra is facing his own. We'll face more very soon. Wumi is going to face her own. Ìyẹn ó gara jù. Mo fi Kaaba búra ó gara jù. Àgbà tó kọ̀ tí tó lómi inú òkè ń pariwo ni. Because we are not stupid as a society. The justice system in Lagos State cannot act and tilt towards the direction that we're going to. Time oti Tony. Look at the testimony of a nurse. Look at the testimony of a doctor. Look at even the confession from the TikTok. Ati Adura ni o, ati Damola ni o. Do we look stupid as people? The only thing they are doing is they must stretch themselves to the limit. Call wo ẹni tó ń àtẹ bóyá èèyàn ló ń gbówó fún wọn ni o. Bóyá àbíkan láti lọ ń kówó yẹn ni o. It must get to a state that it will like, wow, well, oh. And then justice will say, now I am ready to take charge. If the driver can give testimony of what happened 3 a.m., who is meant to give that kind of a testimony outside, if not Wumi and Adura? What is the concern of driver in that one? The real persons that should be telling us this, if it was a natural occurrence, it's because some police officers, they don't have shame. They don't know this thing that they are doing. They are putting curse on their own children. How can you hear something like this and then you say, how can you 3 a.m.? If the owner of the house is bleeding and none of you could tell us that you went out 3 a.m. Look at 3 a.m. But it's because the driver, the doctor, they are seeing the pressure that something is coming. I cannot continue to lie with you people. The mother thought, because I am the mother, I will start blackmailing the police, blackmail the activists, blackmail the NGO, put up drama, and everybody will be tired. Who go tired? The only thing I can do is, when I realize that I have fight, I've gotten to an extent. I will keep myself in the state I am now. Anybody. Even as it is now, I locked my house. I locked my office. Ibi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ báàgì mi rèé ń bì. Gbogbo àwọn tó mọ báàgì mi. Ẹ̀ tó bá ti mọ báàgì mi òun nìyẹn. Báàgì tí máa ń lù kiri nìyẹn. That's it. Kò sí lọ kábọ̀ ńbẹ̀. This is not my house. It's my story. Ibi tí mo sùn kò sí nẹ́ẹ̀tì ńbẹ̀. Nẹ́ẹ̀tì tí mo fi ń sùn rèé. This is my bag. Ẹ ṣáà ti máa ṣọ́ mi. Òun rèé. Wọ́n lè mọ ní o. Ẹ ṣáà rí pé báàgì tí mò ń tú lélẹ̀. Ẹ ti rìn bẹ̀ láti jarun àbí mo ti ṣú ẹ̀ fún yín. Ẹ ṣáà láwọn aṣọ mi àti fìlà mi. Ẹ ṣáà máa wá aṣọ yìí. Ẹ ṣáà mọ̀ fìlà ilé. Ọ̀n sọ fún yàn. Ongba ndi. Akorede ongbobìnrin ndi. Ah, ta ló fẹ́ fi ti ẹjọ́. Ongba obìnrin ndi o, you go to prison o. Don't eat somebody in the bonbon. Yeah? Even ìyá tó bí Akorede go mọ bí tí mo wà. She doesn't know where I am. What is part of the story? If I will survive, that is my story. If I will not survive, this is my story. But because that is the best we can get for now. That is the best we can get. And that is part of the struggle. If I win justice, if I joke on social media, and when you see people, when you think if you go offline, they will just police and everybody. You want people to go down for life imprisonment or to be sentenced to life imprisonment, and you think by shouting on social media it will bring it to you direct, and then you claim you are a parent, Baba, you are a father. Baba, I am mute, Ke. I'm not mute. So share bye. Who did it? Ẹni tó jù mí lọ ó ti kú, ẹni tó kéré sí mi ti kú. Lenny, but you are not willing to sacrifice. I will only make attempt to say, okay, this is your plan. Let me stay away. He will live to run from a fight, live to fight another time. When I decided to step aside the other time, when we didn't know how many of these people are anti-justice, they called me names. They did so many things. For a month and a half, I was inside a house. Just the way I cannot shave. Where is the luxury to go and shave? I show one baby yawo. We am for we dey want to for white méjì segbe. Mo for want to for. Tí bá fẹ́ bota bi to white, ma ra bota. Bóyá tó ma re gbe mi so mọ́tò kan abokada. O kin sáré ti kini n jáde la padà. But how does the government think the masses? It's because you people are not doing enough for people to hear this crusade. So they now think that if the masses and the public continue to persist, so the entire nation is just like them. No. Part of the problem is because what is expected from a family is more. They will walk free because from the onset, people are not understanding this stuff. From the onset, including the masses that are standing by the Baba, all of you do not understand that the government and the police thought you are asking for the same thing. You don't want justice, you are playing pranks. Because majority did not leave social media. Maybe you guys are just catching fun. TikTok, they are making flowers, money. You guys are just catching cruise. Until the government and the police begin to see serious organization. I want not serious by looking at you. Any terrible, horrible evidence to show that Lagos State government is supporting these murderers. Any credible evidence to show that the Lagos State Police Command is supporting whoever cried Mohbad. You will see what will happen. It will not even be us at that front then. You would think Nigerian masses they are weak. No. It is anti what government and what police should stand for. That will be a serious anarchy. It's not you don't have to say it. It is a natural thing that will just explode immediately. So this is what you people are blocking. Even the leader of each of this command is going to be a serious problem. Even police officers that are protecting them will say, How much are these people paid to be doing this? So why are you people in this higher position then? If this is what people are doing? Ọmọ wà ní mortuary bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń jẹun ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń gbowó ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣèkọ́ tó máa fi wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ní fi gba justice ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bẹ́rí fún yín chance. Because all you are doing every day is to do the opposite of why the police institution is established. If you keep doing that, the cost and the danger that is attached to the job will always be looking for that kind of a police officer. It's like a police officer aiding and abetting armed robbers. You are indirectly putting the lives of honest police officers into serious danger. If they know that that is what you are doing, no matter who you are so some police officer will say, I can't do it. So I must tell you clearly, the pathway to justice is there. The government might have played a neutral Ekadosani, but we must give them kudos, because there is no point massaging the hypocrisy of any government institution. I'm not going to be part of that. So all this one that the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State now, the CP, Moshood Olorundare Jimo, and the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Joseph Jayoba, now saying Adura has a petition. He's saying that you are mentioning his name, that is the one that shouted you up, that you are defending him. I've been there to explain. I went there with my lawyer that, how can you come out to tell me? How do you even approve this kind of petition? Is it just because anybody will write petition then go and do? No! I'm not going to be accepting this kind of... I said, how? Have I committed... I've not done anything wrong. So what is the price involved? Somebody that held homicide evidence. If the video is not real, bring it out. You sent 3 seconds to me. If there was no 3 seconds, then it's easy to say maybe there was no video at all. So how will you, as a police officer who is experienced, who is not supporting murderers? Because the more you support things like this against Mohbad, it's the same thing that will happen to your children. Then some police officers will do the same thing. And what you are doing, video to your 3 seconds. For long. Phone any video ever. TikTok here, not me chat. And the person is now writing to you. They are defaming me. And you as a police officer, after I have even brought a rally to say they should complete this process of investigation. Let's establish this video so that this boy will know he has committed serious crime. I want a petition here that I'm going further. I was able to get the AIG to arrest Adura and Damola together. Want to know what I mean? And to have a command here to come and do what? And he's super bello. I don't know the kind of children he has. He's now telling me, we have done, you will say our department is different. To come and do what? So that I will sit down, you pin me down and ask me to compromise justice for Mohbad, or you will start threatening me, we will take you to court, or you will actually put me in cell. And in the middle of the night, the way I saw it in the vision, they will now come into that cell and they will start attacking me with different shams. And they will now release me the second day. Even if I say something happened to me, nobody will hear. Now. Do you know how many police officers in that department that are loyal to what we are doing? That stopped me even while I was there. You are doing great, Yomi Fabiyi. You pay for the crime. And I expressed myself to that super bello. I said, can you drop your full name and your first number? He refused to respond. No, I send the full name at the first number. I am doing the right thing, and you send it. He beats him just that I want justice for Mohbad because I would ensure that I do the best I can to ensure that police officer will feel the full brunt of the law. But I will not wait for some rogue police officers caution wọ́n lára mi àfi tẹ́ bá mú mi ní force tẹ́ ká mi mọ́ corner. Even when I am here, I have to take my son. Mi ò bọ́tà bèrè lọ́wọ́ anybody. Ẹ dáwó fún mi o, ebi ń pa mí mi tí mo wà o. And some sick people are still there. They are looking for how to blackmail your Fabiyi. You are bringing cost on yourself and your children. Àwọn ègún kan wà tó yẹ pé ẹ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ó máa dúró dé yín lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la ohun tó máa jẹ yín ó ń jẹ nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ni. When in your conscience you know that the reason why people donated GoFundMe, whatever it is to start a serious investigation that will involve police, will involve forensic, will involve even all sort of deep-rooted investigation. Just to send a lawyer to coroner inquest, that's all. And send a lawyer to pursue DNA. But at the end of the day, gbogbo ìtawà wa ń ṣe so involve a huge fund that has been deposited. Okay, take this bulk of money, work with it, and give us account of how everything will work later. Because you still go back behind and be talking about somebody like me. Because I have submitted myself to do things. But I will never allow people to make me rubbish innocent Nigerians that believe so much in me that this is an actor that has built his name. I am part of those that supported him to build his name. And so I have enjoyed it for 24 years. I don't know what you are doing in more public at our time, but if it's coming to public support, go and ask. I can tell you for free that consecutively for 15 years, if you imagine they need to me if I'm to produce, follow my brother, first, the first 1, 2, my and third channel. Anytime, if you go and ask any of the marketers there that Yomi Fabiyi. The public supports me. They spend on me. They invested in me. I am a loyal breed. I cannot turn my back against the masses. Go and look at my history. Go and look at my activities. If I know these people are loyal to me, I will stand loyal to them.
Welcome back. Yomi Fabiyi has been focused on what he is pursuing, same as those who are not for justice for Mohbad are also focused on whatever it is that they are on to, whatever it is that they are doing. If their job is to persuade people against justice for Mohbad, obviously that is what they will do. They will press, they will push, they will do all that it takes to make sure that justice for Mohbad is not gotten. Yeah. They will do all that it takes to make sure that the public is not looking in that direction that will produce justice for Mohbad. But there is something that struck me hard, something that I observed. Yeah, I observed it. I don't know if you also did observe this all through the journey of justice for Mohbad. I observed that people that you might think are simply giving their opinion or opinions are not giving it because they are just bystanders, or just one of those people. No, they are not. They are not. Don't get me wrong. They are not. They are not just bystander. They are not just there to give opinion. These people are actually players in the field of justice for Mohbad. How? These people are connected to certain people. For example, one of them was part of the Mohbad's father's team. And when this person comes to talk, you think they are simply giving your opinion. No, they are not giving your opinion. They are actually saying what they want the public to believe. And they're also directing the public in a place, in a space that's the truth of it. They are directing the public in a place and in a space that place and that space where they expect the public to go. Once the public is going in that direction that maybe could shed light into, they quickly rush back and begin to give their opinion. They begin to demonize this person. These are some of the things that Yomi Fabiyi expressed. For example, one of them said, what is this Yomi Fabiyi talking about? Why is he overflogging? What should not be overflogged again? How? Why is he still talking about it? Why is he talking about something? For example, why is he still hammering on 3-second video that he has kept talking about, and it should be clear to him that there is no road, no opening, nothing sensible that's going to come out of this 3-second video. Why is he talking about it? Why is he kind of fooling himself on 3-second video when he should be talking about something else, something more meaningful, something? And I'm like, wait, did any of them hear what even Bukky Jesse said recently? Did you hear what most of them that are against what we were saying because they needed a different route? And the only thing they can do is to come out and ask for forgiveness and say, okay, you know what? Now we want to look into that direction that you guys have been talking about. And of course, they need money. They need money. Now they say lawyer Sanshitu said, and the only way we can get justice for Mohbad is by going through a different route. And that route that we will be going through is a route of, you'll be shocked. They said that now, those that were present in Mohbad's house, they now must be called upon, they must be investigated, they must be dealt with, they must be this, they must be that, they must be this, that, and that. And I'm like, wow, like seriously? So now they have come to realize that certain people or persons can now be called upon. All of a sudden, they now realize that certain people can be called. Oh, we need to now deal with these people in the house of Mohbad. They are the ones that are there. These people should be dealt with. They are this, they are that. They must be investigated. They must... It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They must be dealt with. They must be this, they must be that and that now. So what we've been saying before, how come those things we said fell on deaf ears? How come CCTV that should have been pursued, Yomi Fabiyi does not even, some of them are saying, hey, this Yomi Fabiyi is acting like he's the one that came with ideas and all of that. He's actually not the one. He's just using the ideas that are there available to the public, that the public gave. That's what the thing is. We are talking of action. It's one thing to have an idea. It's another thing to act upon the idea. He availed himself. We all know how these things are. You can't go against a structure or a system, believing that that system or that structure will not attack. And it got to a time, people started looking at it as if this Cynthia is omnipotent, as if this Cynthia is all powerful, as if this Cynthia is all knowing, as if this Cynthia is the backbone of Nigeria, whereas this girl is nobody. It's just a system that has been designed to fail citizens. It's just that we are dealing with this, nothing more. We're only dealing with a structure that has been positioned to only work for certain period or for certain persons. That's how they operate. So we don't need to stress ourselves into or work ourselves into this mood of, oh, the truth is the truth. At times, someone who is chasing for justice will get frustrated. Don't blame him. They could get frustrated. Such persons could get frustrated. They could get frustrated, having pressed and pushed, having moved in, moved out, struggled here and there, done this, done that, push this, push that. They could get frustrated. They could get frustrated to a point where they just cannot process it anymore. They could get frustrated. That's the truth. They could get frustrated. And when they are talking to appear like, oh, but definitely they will get out of it, bounce back again, recondition themselves, reposition themselves, put themselves in order, and then fly. That's it. Fly again. So I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. I mean, it is what it is. I believe strongly, very much strongly, that light will definitely shine at the end of the tunnel. I hope and I wish that Mohbad gets justice, and that justice is gotten now.